Alright.
Yay!
Where y'all guys from?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Actually, my buddy just left. He was here 2 days ago. He lives in Wood River, right across the road.
You live at all? You live at all?
Rick Jones, he owned that
I know Rick Jones.
You know Rick? I've been going hunting up there for years and years with him.
Yeah, he's a good old boy.
I stay by his house, but we go up to Macoupin County for deer hunting.
Yeah, I know him.
Where are you going? Come with us, Mr. Arthur. We're gonna miss you, Mr. Arthur.
All right. Hopefully y'all see all of y'all when you come back.
Yay!
We try to feed 1 or 2 to Big Al.
Yeah.
stabilized here. I've only done this once. So I'm Captain Craig. I'll be your captain, your guide today. I tell everybody I'm first generation born on land Cajun, meaning my dad and my grandparents were actually born on a houseboat on this very bayou right in front of us called Bayou des Allemands. In Cajun French, as Bayou of the German. A lot of German settlers came out here. But I always tell people Creedence Clearwater Revival wrote that song, Born in the Bayou, about people in my family. Because literally, that's about as Cajun as you get. So we've got 3 major goals today. 1, we're going to take a pretty cool airboat ride. Number 2, we're going to interact with as many different animals. And if you...
And number 3, we got to find an alligator.
Well, number 2 is interact with the animals, which means finding an alligator. Look, there's egrets and ibises sitting on their nest, hatching out their chicks right now. Come see. You want to come see? You can come stand up here with me. Look.
My egress, he's heavy.
Don't you see those white birds? Look right in there. They're on the nest.
Yeah.
Oh look, there's one.
You see,
up
there's
here.
one. They're getting
And they're hatching out their chicks. So we're gonna go check them out.
Ooh,
So it's a rookery. So if y'all want to hand me one of y'all cameras and I'll take a group photo, because you cannot get this backdrop anywhere but on the Bayou Yesha. Huh? Ready on 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And by the way, there's no COVID out here, so if y'all want to breathe fresh air, go for it. Me and my wife actually both had the bug early January of 2020 when there was no test.
Yeah.
The only thing my doctor says, smell, taste, fever, aches, you had it.
That's right.
1, 2, 3.
No, set it up for you.
Very good. So,
Thank you, sir.
and then the third thing we're going to learn about Cajuns. So do y'all know what Cajuns really are? Most Cajuns, yeah, that's the nest right there.
What's the name? They're guarding an
It's
egress.
egrets. Egrets and ibises. Ibises have the curved beak.
Okay, so
They're real good in the gumbo. They're one of the endangered species. Don't ask me how I know. Anyway, most Cajuns are refugees from Nova Scotia. So they came from France, went up north. They got along really well with the indigenous peoples, so the Choctaws and all the way up through Canada. And so if you read about the history of the French-Indian Wars, it's not the French and the Indians fighting, it's them being allies against the British. And then the British hated the French, but I think the British has hated the French for like 1,000 years. And so they would track them down, shoot them, sell the family back into slavery, send them back to, it was bad stuff happened back then. So a lot of the French people said, well, I heard about this place called New Orleans, down this big river. It took them 3.5 months, and they have all kind of books written on how they were they picked up whatever they could, and they booked it out of there. And when they got down to Lafayette to New Orleans, is called Acadiana, and most books, most maps for the fleeing Canadians, or the Cajuns. So that's what the Cajuns are. Country boy can't survive, living off of the land, became some of the best hunters, trappers, fishermen, farmers. They talked about having 2 planting seasons down here instead of 1 in Nova Scotia. So they flourished down here as a culture. The bourgeoisie had the legend and got all the prized land from King Louis, and that's the people that were on the river in St. Charles Avenue. That was all. That was all prime area. So the Cajuns, no, they were out in the bayous. So it's different. So we're going to learn about that, because we're going to have to do a little bit of vocabulary, because we wouldn't want to have a water boy moment in the boat. Remember in that movie when he started talking Cajun, everybody said, what are you saying? So we're going to go to this. We're going to a sanctuary. It's going to be real cool, and there's going to be some floating marshes. We call that the flottons. We're going to take the little trails. You call that the tranas. If you try to walk across the flottons, you're not going to make it. You're going to sink up to your queue. That's your butt. And if you do that now, we told you not to do that, then we have to call you a couillon, because that means you ain't thinking right. Something wrong with your brain. A couillon could be anything from a haphazard, goofy person to a full-blown a-hole and everything in between. There's nothing good about couillon. It's all bad. So if they say, ça c'est fou couillon, crazy in that case. And then the levees with the trees were called the boisons. Bois meaning wood, group of. But I love to tease the ladies, because when y'all go back home and y'all drinking tea with y'all girlfriends, or tequila, whatever y'all drink, y'all could play a little trick on your girlfriend. Say, I took this trip down to New Orleans. I do know to call it New Orleans and not New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
N-A-W-L-I-N, comma to the top S. We don't use apostrophes down here.
Yeah.
So you can see I went down to New Orleans and did full bleed Cajun duty. It took me way back out of the swamp. And we're in the beautiful swamp. He just suddenly showed me some of the nicest boisons I've ever seen. You have to let them know it's a dirt ridge of trees. You can make it anything you want. They might even say, Chad, what'd you do with that Cajun man when he showed you them boisons? And of course, the cool answer would be, what goes on in the swamp? See, I knew we all went to the same school at different times together. So y'all, where y'all guys from?
New Hampshire.
Oh, so you don't have moss up there, huh?
No.
Okay, so this is actually just another plant.
Thank you.
It's just another plant that grows on a tree. It's using the tree for habitat. It's not a parasite. I'm sure the tree doesn't really like it a lot because it weighs it down. But they stuffed upholstery and beds and pillows. Model T Ford first edition upholstery was stuffed with moss. Crazy.
What kind of tree is it?
Oh, these are what we call live oaks. But the moss grows anywhere.
What's the seasoning?
All right, well, let's take us a little ride. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, push. You don't want to get your pants wet. Just have to strip down to the whitey tighties. And I got my camo thong on today. I won't even match, man. I told you I tell corny jokes. I told you that. So this is the floating marshes in the front. That's all the floatons. That's not land at all. The little trails are the tronosses. And ladies, I told you I was going to show you some beautiful boisons. Look at all those levees with trees, as many as you can imagine. So this is a 1,400 acre, frozen in time. It's pristine. So we're going to jump on in. I'm going to follow the trails of Big Al. He's our biggest gator. I did catch him on the last tour. Couldn't find him on the first 3 tours. The cool thing about this tour, this is their natural habitat. There's no kennels for the lions, the tigers, and the bears. It's safari. You have to go find them in their natural environment. And most of the gators we won't even see because they don't want to be seen. They'll go underneath the floatons and they'll hide underneath all of this stuff. But I got about a dozen of them though that we're the food truck. We got some we got some rodents, giant rodents. Nutri-rat. You know about Nutri-rat? You a little Cajun girl?
Yeah, maybe.
You grew up down here?
No, my family's Choctaw. We're from Arkansas. So
Choctaw.
yeah, Choctaw Indian.
Yeah, my grandpa on 9 generations back married his daughter back up in Nova
God, we
Scotia.
could be related.
And right over here, there's a ridge in Lake Catawatchie called Bois Choctaw, the wood of the Choctaw Indians. And it's got Indian mounds and everything. It should be a national preserve. It's on a national game refuge. But I've looked into doing I was looking into doing a big catamaran with ladders in the front and do a tour out there, but you'd have to get certain permits. But it would be one heck of an excursion.
I bet.
Yeah. Do a lunch cruise. You know, it'll be a half a day. Yeah. But it would be pretty cool because the Lake Salvador is just gorgeous, beautiful lake. Beautiful oaks on one end, cypress on the south side, which is gorgeous. We're going to get you up into these cypress trees here. Some of these are 200 to 300 years old. They're just gorgeous. So let's get our ears on. Put your heels like Dorothy, because you can always go home and slide off this levee and nothing flat. And y'all thought I was joking, huh? All right, here we go. So that's my friend. That's Molly.
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 Hi, Molly.
She's about a 6-footer. And she's a bit. Come on, Molly. Manger, manger. Oh, I forgot to tell you, they only speak French. She's right here. She's on this side. Yeah. Now she's a jumper, so stay back. Manger, manger. Malibu. She's gonna come right back up.
Oh, here.
There she is.
Here.
Molly, check her tail out because she's got a notch on her tail. Hey, you want to come see me? Come on. Come on. Oh, you got it. Manger, manger. Is that good?
Good job.
Was that pretty cool? Hey, did you want to see a gator?
Yes, sir.
Watch. Come see. No. No jumping. Can you calm down? Nope. You're not going to calm down, are you, huh? You want more, don't you? So, if you'll put your tail up, she has a notch on her tail. So when the double rows go to the single row, that means she's a release gator from the alligator farms.
Oh.
Come on. Show your tail. Read your contract. Nope.
I can see her tail.
Wait,
She's going to show it. She's going to show it. So what that means basically is they're picked up as eggs by the alligator farms from the landowners. They pay them $65 a piece.
For the eggs?
For the eggs, because they will hatch them out, and what has ended up happening, the alligator farms have become super efficient, and so the hunting is not cost effective anymore.
Oh, really?
So only for trophies and for nuisance, and a little bit of population control if you have too many. So they've gotten so efficient in the alligator farms, but they haven't been able to create the romantic ambiance inside the farms for them to procreate, so they actually have to come purchase the eggs from the landowners. So, but by Louisiana law, 10% has to be released back into the